Today, we are discussing on why you must track your business expenses. This is for you all business owners out there. Whether you've been in business before or you're just starting a business, there is no better time to start tracking those expenses of yours than now. And here is the reason. You don't want to go too far into the year before you commence your business expense tracking, because that is going to make you feel overwhelmed and you may not be able to remember certain expenses, as opposed to if you do it a day or 2 days or within the same week when you actually add the expense. So let's talk about why you should actually be tracking those business expenses. One, it helps you when the time to get funding shows up. Every business has different methods of funding. Sometimes you're funding yourself, sometimes you're getting funding from your friends and families, sometimes you're getting funding from the bank, and other times it's from venture capitalists. So when you have your expense tracked and income, again, is actually your income and your expense. When you have those information tracked, then it becomes easier for you to tell anyone, be it to yourself, or you're telling a friend, or you're telling a bank, why they should be investing their fund into your business, because now, as the adage says, numbers don't lie. So it helps you to get funding. It also helps you to make data-driven decisions. Sometimes business owners do different stuff. You have a business, you're doing bookkeeping, you're doing taxes, you're doing advisory. You want to track how each of those businesses are doing. You're selling a product. You're selling product A, product B, product C. You want to be able to track how each product is doing individually. You have rental properties, right? You want to track what property A is doing, what property B is doing, and how property C is doing. How does this matter? When it comes a time when you want to, let's say for example, you want to sell off one business to consolidate your effort on the other, these numbers will help you make the right decision. Or if you then choose to expand on a certain business, the information from your income and expense tracking will also help you make those kind of decisions. If you're also looking to scale, or you want to bring in a partner into this business, the numbers are what is going to give you the information to say yes, go ahead, or no, it's not the right time. Also, it helps you get organized for tax purposes. I've been doing taxes for quite a bit of years now, and most of the time, business owners, when tax season comes closer, that's their most stressful season of the year. And that's because, I understand, because I'm a business owner too. Most times it's just all about you going all out for that business to make revenue, because again, when you're not making revenue, your bills will pile up. And the focus of the business owners is just to go out there, make money. And at the end of the day, you leave one of the most important elements of your business, your income tracking, your expense tracking. There are different tools out there. What tools can you use to track? You have QuickBooks. Everybody knows QuickBooks. If you don't know QuickBooks, Google what QuickBooks is. But everyone knows QuickBooks. Now, QuickBooks has different packages. Depending on the level where your business is at any particular time, it will tell you which of the packages you should buy into. But for business owners who are just starting out, again, I know that you want to reduce your overhead and your recurring costs, but sometimes this would help things smoother and faster for you. And why do I say that? They have different packages with QuickBooks and with Xero. All you have to do is link your bank account to the portal, and every time a transaction occurs in that account, it flows into the software. Now for QuickBooks, they would recommend certain expenses, category of expenses where that expenses or should fall into, but it doesn't mean it's always right. So what I recommend if you're using QuickBooks at the barest minimum is work on your books, let's say once a month, and get an accountant to review those books for you at least once a quarter. Why is that important? Most DIYs they mess up the books from experience, DIY is meaning people will say, I can do it myself. But even if you're doing it yourself because you cannot afford to have someone work on it every time year round, make sure an accountant is reviewing it for you. And that accountant has to know what they are doing. Because some people, all they know is taxes. They don't really know how to do the books, and they just want you to go get the books done, give it to them to file your tax. Again, this is gonna help you when you use these resources. It's gonna help you be current with your numbers. It will help you make good decisions. And when the bank asks you for your books, like let's say you want to get a grant and they want to see how your business has been doing, all you have to do is go into those software and pull the profit and loss statement, pull the balance sheet, pull a cash flow statement, whatever it is that you need at any particular point in time. QuickBooks has a very there's a very cheap part that they have, a package that they have, most of which is accessible only by the accountants. It's called the QuickBooks Ledger. That is one of the cheapest version that they have. So some of our clients that are very small businesses, that's what they use to keep their books, just so they don't fall off the track throughout the year. Xero is another option to QuickBooks. It's also very affordable. It can also link to your account. And for Xero, you can pull in the PDF. If you don't link it to your account, you can literally download the PDF of your bank statement and then upload it into Xero, and you can then from there you start doing your categorization. Again, do whatever works for you, but work smart, don't work hard. Our third option is a personalized Excel spreadsheet that we developed in-house for some small businesses, and I will show you what that looks like. And here is the Excel spreadsheets that were built for small business owners. This is just number 1 of 8 that we have. This is number 1 of 8 spreadsheets that we have customized, and we gave it a special name. And I want to show you this particular one. With this profit and loss Excel spreadsheets. Now, note that this is not a software that is linking to your bank. This is not a software that is going to spill out a ledger for you at the end of the year. I mean, an individual ledger, but this can help you track your expenses and your income as you go. And how do you use this? You see how we've broken it down into, you put your business name. If you have diverse businesses, you can literally create a tab, an extra tab for each of those businesses, because this is already covering you for 1 year. And in here, we already put the formulas, so you really don't have to do much. And what you do is you can go back. I know this is already, this is May. You can just go back through your bank statement and put in your sales less your discount, less whoever asked for a refund. If you are in the product business, you put your beginning inventory, you had your purchases, and then that gives you your cost of goods available for sale. Again, this old Excel has its formula in it. Then when you less your inventory, which is what is the remaining inventory you have at the end of the year, that gives you your cost of goods sold, and then your sales less your cost of goods sold would give you your gross profit. So when you do this, you capture that every single month. At this point, you get your 6 months worth of expenses and income at this stage. Now, we also broke it down into variable selling expenses and fixed expenses. Variable are those expenses that changes every single time. So for variable expenses, you see how we broke down the expenses for you. You have advertising for those of you who do advertising, freight, fulfillment of orders. This is capturing both for service businesses and for product businesses. So there are different kind of expenses there. And then down here, we have your fixed expenses. Those are expenses that you have to pay irrespective of the number of units sold. They are static. It doesn't go anywhere. Whether you like it or not, you have to pay. For example, your rent expenses. It doesn't matter if you're selling a product this month or if you're not, the rent stays there. So variable expenses, you have your fixed expenses, and then sometimes, because you have your money in the account, it has all income from interest income, and then any other expense interest. So all of this will help you get your net profits before tax, which is your gross profits from the other page, less your variable expenses, less your fixed expenses, which will be your variable and your fixed will add up here to be your net income from operations. And then by the time you include the add the income less the other expenses, that will give you your net profit before taxes. At this point here, then you know what your business is doing net profit wise, which is your total income less all your expenses. After which now you can start considering your federal, your state, and your local taxes, which would then be a deduction. And at this point, you get your net profit or loss after taxes has been paid. Remember, if you have loans, interest have already been captured at the top of the line. So this is an excerpt of how you can eventually, get your books in place without having a software. We're going to put a link in the description below, and we'll give you this form for free. So just make sure you pay attention to that. Go to the description, and if you're seeing this through any of our social media handles, you might have to follow the link to where the full video is so that you can get a full information about how to use these resources and download a copy for yourself. Grab your bank statements, fill out the prior periods. I promise you, if you can be diligent to identify these expenses, you will make your life easier with respect to making decisions, with respect to accessing monetary grants or loans, or even presenting your business model to someone that may be a potential investor. All right, guys, I hope this helps. This is Foundation 101 of accounting, but I don't want to take you deep diving into accounting. If you want to learn core bookkeeping, you can go on our website as well. We have a link. We have a class for professional tax preparers and training people to become professional bookkeepers. But again, don't forget the part when I said, let an accountant help you review those numbers, because guess what? For estimated tax payments, this will be also very crucial. Why you need to track your expenses. It wasn't on that list, but it's also for estimated tax payments calculation. Every quarter, as a business owner, you are expected to pay ahead for the taxes that may be due come 2025 or come the following year, depending on what year you're watching this video. But when you pay ahead of time, it relieves you of the burden of a tax bill during tax season. So when you do this per quarter, you can take this spreadsheet to your tax advisor or your CPA and have them help you calculate what your estimated taxes should be. And when that calculation is done, I recommend that you go ahead, go on the IRS website, go on your state website if you pay state taxes, and make the respective estimated tax payment every single quarter. So I hope this helps you to get yourself together and manage your income and expenses well, for you to even have a snapshot of how your business is doing part-time. I promise you, it's going to make your life easier. It might look tough at the beginning when you just start putting it, but if you have a child at 14, 15, 13 years old, this is how you employ your kid. You give them the bank statement and you tell them what to do and have them do this for you, and then just pay them. And guess what? That's a tax deductible expenses. This becomes a tax deductible expenses for you when your child is able to track those expenses from the PDF and do this spreadsheet for you, so that way you can focus on other things. When you hear people say pay your kids, that's how you pay your kids. Give them something to do and pay them something commensurate, but make sure you keep documentations for what they are doing. We're not talking tax strategies today, of course, but hey, this would help your life. It's going to help you during tax season. It's going to help you make easy decisions. It's going to help you gain access to loans. And it's also going to help your accountant help you with tax estimations. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. Bye.